I need to forewarn you that these choices are on the lines of missing persons or true crime. And if this is not something that you enjoy watching, then don't watch these reviews. This one, there's nothing graphic in it. I don't believe he talks about anything graphic, but if this still could have, if you've had some trauma regarding somebody going missing or something like that, then this, could upset you. So just so you know, missing person mysteries. Steve Stockton. He talks about people that are missing, and 600,000 people go missing every year in the United States. Um, Pretty much, he talks about the ones that haven't been found, brings light to them. So maybe people will know if there's somebody missing in an area they go to. They come across some remains, some items of clothing, some objects in the wilderness or in the forest, something to report it because it could belong to somebody who's been missing in that area. So many people are going missing. We don't even know all of them. It happens all the time. You watch the news across the whole country. They get found or they're never found. It, it's quite sad, very sad, very interesting that this many people just walk over a little hill and then you never see them again. It's scary. It teaches you something. You stay together, you never separate from your group, you don't take your eyes off your kid, use a leash if you have to. Um, the forests, the Rocky Mountains, the Appalachians, all these peoples, the national parks have so many missing persons. And he has a lot of playlists and hundreds of videos. There are survival stories of people that went lost and were found alive. And so this is very interesting. You If people are found, you get to hear their story, what happened. But yeah, it's really eye opening at how many people are actually missing every year. You hear them on the news and then you never hear about it again. So he does a really good job of telling a story, telling their story, bringing light to these missing person cases because sometimes the right person watches it and then they remember something. Now everybody has video footage. They have um, dash cams on their cars, and all you have to do is go back and look at old videos and maybe you can see something that could help somebody. So yeah, this is a channel I do enjoy. They're very good stories and he tells a really good story. This is a channel, Brian's Mysteries and Adventures on Trail. He tells a really good story. There's nothing graphic. He asks that you be respectful. They tell a good story. He talks about cases that people bring to his attention and he looks into it and then sees what is out there. A lot of these are mostly in forest. Like I said, 600,000 people. So there's lots of stories. Sorry about the glare. I have a light on. Um, he's a young guy. He does this storytelling and he's very good at it. There's nothing graphic. Some of this is just B-roll footage and then he talks over it. You're not gonna see anything. It's not a recreation. They're real life. This is real life, and it can be scary knowing that people can just disappear and you never see them again. So don't let it scare you from going places, but just don't go alone sometimes. Locally, there was a family, a man, a woman, a baby, and their dog went off on a trail They were found dead. Just all of them were dead, and they had it was a really huge mystery what happened to them, and the condition they were in. They checked for toxins, and yeah, something like that. You kind of have to wait a while. It was determined that it could have been the water in their camelback that was tainted, or they ran out of water, or they were thinking about there were gases in the area that got gassed. It was overheated, but it's just not. It's strange those things happen, and so you're really afraid. You're afraid to. Yeah, here in Utah, because of the small, well, compared to where I used to live in California, um, the small community they have here, it's like a pocket community, a valley, and things happen here. It's more, you're closer to it than you would be normally in California because California is so huge. Even just the Southern California or the beach is just huge. You're far away usually from something that happens unless it's right in your backyard. Here, almost everything's in your backyard because you're so close. And when something happens, it's like, wow, that was right next door. That was down the street. That was just up the hill where I used to go hiking. And everything seems more personal. And you may live someplace where that happens to you too. And so when something local happens, it's a really big deal. It feels like it's happening to your family. So yeah, this is a very respectful channel. Both of these channels are very respectful in how they report and tell the story of the missing people, what happened to them, and yeah, these these are very very good stories, storytellers. Okay, thanks. Hope you enjoy them. They're informative, and I hope this isn't something that is distasteful to you because it's done with respect to the people who are talked about in the stories.